of bad language, just kind of like, so I have bigger, badder, fuck off here on the front page, and so on. Some of this stuff is actually true. People won't hire me because I use bad language on Twitter, and people have said that they wouldn't hire me because of that. So my attitude is, like, oh, we need you, you need me. So other things that I've done is those bore cards for Christmas. A friend sends me one every year going, I didn't get you a present, I bought you an eighth of a goat in Africa. I want chocolate or booze or something like that. I don't like those cards. So Tommy again, I got him to create this, which is my own branded Christmas cards saying, fuck sending a cow to Africa, and then the inside is eat one. And there's a chocolatier in Bandon called Katie. Katie's Chocolates in Bandon, is what the business is called, and I got her to make chocolate cows for me. So all these Christmas cards got sent out to me with those on it. And as well as just a bit of fun, and again, since I work for myself, I can justify buying 150 chocolate cows and getting these cards printed. It got a lot of people just talking about that and talking about the cards, and a lot more people were going, wow, people out, agencies that work for us, and there's these boring cards of them, all dressed in Christmas jumpers and thinking they're cool and stuff like that. So, in a way, this stuff can get me work as well. It gets people discussing me, so I'm branding myself, marketing myself like that. I also thought, serious ego stuff going on here, but I got banknotes made with my name and my face and stuff like that. And the idea was, when you're sending out the Christmas cards, you put money in the Christmas cards for the kids, so I said, I'm not giving real money. So I got fake money made, so Bank of Mulley notes, or Mulley books as they're called. But why I actually did this as well is a client, I suggested to a client that they should do something around kind of old punt notes and things like that and send them out. And it would be a nice effect, and they get working in kind of the money area as well, so it would tie into what they're doing, and they're like, oh no, don't want to do that, no, that's odd. So my attitude when someone tells me I can't do something is, I'll do it. So fuck them, I'll do it. So this is what I did. So I created these, and unfortunately, this is the second last draft to the final draft of the notes. So Tommy thought, being clever, that he'd add a little bit of Latin and added the word cunts into the little thing down here, and I told him to remove it. He sent it off to the printers anyway. I got 1,000 of these made up with a tiny little bit of bad language on it, which is probably too much. But the talk about the notes and everything else got other people talking about it. Relax Payments is one of my clients. They're releasing a new kind of payment card in the next couple of weeks. And what we're doing is we're going to do these payment notes. So it's a card, an electronic card called CarPay, but we're going to send out CarPay notes to people now like that. What I also did with these though is, these are vouchers, so if you present them at like some restaurants and businesses, you'll get percentages off. So Fenske here in Cork, for example, if you brought in your Mulley books, you get, I think, 15% off your dinner. Joe Brother in Dublin was the same. And I just got on to them saying, look, I'm doing these things with the notes. Are you interested? And they're like, yeah, I get loads of people talking about it, and it will just be us seen as doing something special anyway. So they did it. So they're discount vouchers. And Black Knight, the web hosting company, is the same. They say if you read off the digits of they're not unique stuff. Oh yeah, so the other thing is the usual thing. The pedantic people went, the serial numbers aren't unique on the notes. They're all the same serial number in all of the notes. I really couldn't afford to print unique serial codes on 1,000 notes. But again, marketing gets attention, and you don't need media to do that. You don't need to buy placements and invest money in doing maybe fun things like that. So there's a huge opportunity to use digital and use it effectively. But I would always say go back, and the traditions that work for a reason. So like the techniques that Ogilvy, for example, would recommend, and people like him will work just as well on Facebook and Twitter and so on. And one of the things that I have issues with all digital agencies that are out there, and most of them are terrible, is that they have just wiped the slate clean and started again and tried to learn again, when you don't need to reinvent the wheel for a lot of this stuff. Your media channel has changed, but the way of talking to people hasn't. So there is an opportunity, I think, for yourselves to take what I would think is some of the traditional values from marketing and apply them to digital, because there's a great page on Facebook called Condescending. There we go. We were there. There we go. It's a page called Condescending Corporate Brand Page, which just mocks all of the companies that are on Facebook that do really stupid things, like here's a picture of kids jumping in the sky. Like if you like this. Share if you're not really particularly gone on this idea. And on it goes. So it's that kind of stuff. Whoopsie doo, we reached 25,000 likes, and despite treating you all like Barton Seals, you still keep liking this utter dross. And they have, look, this kind of stuff, where they point out this isn't working, that people are just copying the same thing, and they're just doing competitions. Like, they did a fake update going, here's a picture of a cute puppy. Click on this if you're against animal cruelty. And, you know, and they're mocking this, and then a day later I see some brand actually doing that. You know, like this if you like puppies, you know, or do you not like puppies? And it's this whole idea of this fake metrics, we can go back to a client saying, well, 25,000 people are interacting with your page every week because they're clicking on the like button, and you're just going, it's because you're getting them to click nonsense like that, and it's not working. Whereas if you take the techniques from Ogilvy and you apply that to your 100,000 or your 20,000 fans, you'll get a lot better clicks and real people buying stuff from you. Yeah, this is it, like, Dairy Queen actually did that. Like this picture if you have a birthday this year. So, on it goes. Like, it's hilarious just the way they are now actually calling out brands going, this is crap, maybe that's yeah, here's one look, here's one from Dove. Click like if you like high heels. Comment if you wear trainers, and share if you prefer bare feet. And that's actually from Dove. And this sort of agency can go back to Dove later on going, 10,000 people interact with your brand this week. And it's crap interactions. You need to go back and you need to have the purpose of what you're doing in the likes of social media. So have a look at that as well. I better finish up here, it's quite soon. But there's another book called Baked In, and this is the last thing if you are into marketing. There's a huge lack of creativity, and James was talking about this as well, about creativity and doing stuff that's creative. So hopefully the idea of me doing a comic book is creative, and the banknotes and the chocolate. And I also got chocolate bars made up with my branding, and I was able to change ingredients to bad language, sarcasm, references about Cork, all that stuff in the bars. And again, I got people talking about it. The Barry's tea stuff did the same. I did a thing ages back. I'm a fan of the Princess Bride, so I did a Princess Bride night where I sent out, I think, 5 copies of Princess Bride around Ireland and 1 to somebody in Birmingham. And on Thursday night at 8 o'clock, we all played the Princess Bride at the exact same time, and we just started tweeting about it while drinking heavily. So we were live tweeting the Princess Bride, and this was when Twitter wasn't as huge as it was now. But halfway through the movie, we used the hashtag #AsYouWish, so if you've seen the movie, you know what that is. And the As You Wish hashtag was trending globally because of that. And people going, that's a reference to Princess Bride. And I got a load of conversations around Princess Bride. And if you're the likes of UBC that have your own channels now, or Play.com, or Netflix, doing some sort of thing like that, where if you want a lot of people to talk about your brand and interact with your brand, you can all get people to print a movie at the exact same time, say on a Thursday night from Netflix. You as Netflix organise parties or viewings. You send out crisps and all the usual rubbish that you consume when you're watching movies like that. And I'll get loads of people talking about it, but it's loads of people talking about the service that you're creating, instead of just loads of people liking a status update going, like if you like Princess Bride, you're actually getting people to use the product and have fun while using the product. And that to me is creative, and it's quite lacking nowadays in most most agencies. They just copy everybody else. So flash mobs, like God almighty, how many times do you have to do a flash mob? Or agencies say, we're going to create a viral. We're experts at creating viral, and then you look at the videos that they've been viewed on average with 150 times. That's not really viral. So being able to create good content and then do something with that good content and get people to do that is very, very important. So the last bit is this book, Baked In. So Alex Bugowski, he worked in a company called Crispin Porter Bugowski and left because he had an epiphany of guilt because he was selling sugared water to people and Burger King burgers with his agency. But they were the people that did that Burger King sacrifice app a couple of years back on Facebook. That if you remove 10 of your friends from Facebook or 100 of your friends from Facebook, you get a free Whopper. And they brought this app out. And I think within the first week of the app coming out, 100,000 people had been unfriended on Facebook. Facebook banned it, obviously. It was a nice little stunt, and talking about as well how people really like Whoppers and the Whopper sacrifice and the tiny dollar stuff that they're doing. But this book, it's a tiny little book, it's actually rip-off expensive, but you can get, if you torrent the digital version, you can probably get it for free. But it talks about building marketing in to your products, and Apple is a great example of that. The marketing person is there at the development of the product. A lot of companies nowadays will get the marketing person, the PR person in afterwards, and then you have to construct a persona and a fake persona around that product, and that doesn't work. It's not going to be as effective, you're not going to get as much buy-in, it will be disappointing because you're making stuff up about it. And I do think that maybe now as well, because of the recession, because companies in a way are more desperate, they're also more open to suggestions and trying stuff out and doing last-ditch stuff. But a marketing person should be at the core of development of products and services. And if companies realize that, then they can have way better products as a result. Because the marketing person's job shouldn't be about just creating, as I said, a persona that's not true. It should be actually about creating really good products so that the products speak for themselves and market themselves. So obviously there's going to be more marketing around Apple products too, but the design of it, the way it works, the language that's used in all the material and in the presentations themselves mean a huge amount. So check out that book if you can. It's okay, it's not fantastic, but the idea of that, the philosophy of baking stuff into products and services from day one is much easier than you coming in later on with a crowbar and trying to fix stuff and change stuff around and rewording things. It mightn't be as effective as a result. So check out that book. But if you don't have this book, get this book or borrow from the library or something like that. It's well worth reading. It's amazing actually. You read it and he's there marking Rolls Royces in the 60s and brands that are no longer exist. But the way he does it is highly interesting. And in a way, to me, when I read this book every now and again, it's almost depressing that I see some of the great stuff that they were doing in the 60s and the philosophy that they had, and that's just been destroyed in the past couple of years. People forget about that. And it's all a quick fix, you know, the quick flashes or the flash mobs or do something viral. There's no follow through after that. There's no actual belief in the product. I think that's about it. One last thing, if you've not seen this tool before, is this the Google Keyword Tool. How many people have ever used this Google Keyword Tool? No? Okay. This tells you what people search for on Google every month, and it'll also give variations of those searches. So the example I give here is I'm doing some work at the moment with a clothing company, and they sell Aaron jumpers and all that Bagara stuff to Americans. But we call an Aaron jumper, but culturally a jumper in America is a little girl's dress. So Americans really don't use the phrase Aaron jumper. So this tool tells you, again though, what people are searching for, what the words are. So type in Aaron jumper, and what it'll also do is, a little bit further down, is it'll also give you variations of those searches. So it says people that search for Aaron jumper also search for knitwear, also search for this. So it's like Amazon's book kind of thing. So you type in Aaron jumper, you see that amount of searches per month. And then you can see, if you actually change it to sweater, because the Americans call it sweater, Aaron sweaters, 14,000 searches for Aaron sweaters. Fisherman's sweater, so again using this key